Hi, I'm Llama Gucci from Ashijima's farm and you're watching Disney Channel.
Wednesday, 2 days before their anniversary. Sumu, yes? God, you're so fucking petty. How so? All so silly. Me almost read petty as pretty but realized the only thing I am to you is SpongeBob's piss apparently. Seriously, this is getting old. How many times do I have to say I'm sorry, until you agree to come with me to that hot spring resort I've been talking about? You know I can't stand the thought of germs in public baths. It's not that bad, I mean it's fun. Your idea of fun is chaos to me. Come on, you really think I'd take you somewhere filthy? Knowing you? No, but I'm still not comfortable. But it's our anniversary, Omi. You said we could do whatever I wanted this year, and I'm saying anything but that. You've been saying that for every idea, because all of your ideas have been not so fun for me. Well, glad to know that that's how you feel. Sumu, come on, don't be like that. I've gotta go, breaks over. Sumu, SpongeBob's piss has gone offline. Atsumu heaved out a sigh and kept his phone inside his pocket. God, would it kill him to be affectionate towards me for once? I am his boyfriend after all. Atsumu walked back into the cafe and headed behind the counter, slipping on an apron. You totally don't look depressed at all, pisshead. Can you not call me that shithead? Atsumu glared at his brother, who was standing next to the cash register with a raised eyebrow. Damn, who shit on your pancakes? Shut up, you know who. Sakusa? Atsumu nodded hesitantly and grabbed a blender jar to wash. Is it still because he said your hair looked like SpongeBob's piss? No, I couldn't care less about that. Then? Nothing, just the usual with him. Well, I did warn him you're too high maintenance. Osamu laughed, earning yet another glare from his brother. You're not funny. Is it high maintenance if I'm just expecting the bare minimum? My future in stand-up would disagree. Atsumu rolled his eyes as a customer walked in. Hi, welcome to Bean and Blossom. How can I help you? I'd like to have a Java frap. Your order will be right with you. As Atsumu headed to the blender, he tried to push thoughts of the earlier argument with Sakusa out of his mind. I feel so tired. Maybe I should apologize. Stupid Omi, I keep trying to forget about you, but you keep showing up in my head. Atsumu squinted his eyes at the blender and scrubbed it rougher with a grunt. You know, if you scrub any harder, I'm afraid you won't be able to make your trademark chai tea latte that I love. Atsumu stopped what he was doing and looked up, familiarity of the voice ringing in his ears. It's you again. In front of him stood a woman with hair cascading in blonde waves down her back and a look in her eyes so icy they pierce into your soul like a form of hypnosis. Glad you remember me. Also, for the millionth time, it's chai latte. It's like saying tea latte. I know, it's just fun to annoy you. She chuckled, eliciting a smile from Atsumu. A smile that was drawn out for the first time that day. Seems like everyone is out there to annoy me today. She gasped mockingly. Is there someone trying to take my place? Apparently. So one chai latte. Yes, thank you. Aiko Tanaka, as he'd learned, was a regular at the cafe he worked at, though he couldn't help but notice that she had been coming over a lot lately and was friendlier than ever. Man, she must really like the drinks here. Atsumu put together the requested drink and handed it to her. With one sip she gleamed, a squeal escaping her lips. As always, no one can beat your drinks. Haha, thank you, Aiko. Starting to think that I should take you with me as my own espresso machine. As flattering as that is, I'm a lot lazier than you think. Atsumu chuckled lightly. I wish Omi would say he wanted to take me with him. Well, what do you know? We speak the same language, laziness. Glad to know I have a comrade in this. The best in volleyball and the best at making drinks. Seriously, what can't you do? Apparently convince someone to go to a hot spring resort with me. Atsumu smiled faintly, his lips in a tight line. Huh. Sumu. Both of them stared at Sakusa, who'd walked up to them. Omi, I didn't even see you here. Yes, it is a wrong time. Sakusa turned to his left and looked at Aiko drinking in her features, then averted his gaze back to Atsumu. No, you're fine. What are you here for? Do I need a reason to see you? Of course not. Relax, I just wanted to bring you this. Sakusa held up a bag and gave it to Atsumu. Oh, what's this? Atsumu pulled out a box from a bag and opened it, revealing a red velvet cake. Just went to a bakery and wanted to get you something on the way. Oh, Omi, thank you, I appreciate that. But you do know that we have cakes here as well, right? Oh, right, silly me. Sakusa scratched the back of his neck sheepishly and Atsumu laughed. Well, I've got to get going, I'll see you later. Atsumu. Oh right, see ya, Aiko. Aiko nodded and looked at Sakusa before taking her leave. Who was that? Oh, that's Aiko, she's a regular. Regular, huh? So is this. Atsumu pointed at the box of cake. Your way of saying you're sorry and you'll go to the hot springs with me? It's my way of saying I'm sorry. But Omi, Sumu, you know how I feel about it. Why can't we do something else? Because we never do what I want. That's not true. Honestly, Omi, if you just wanted to shut me up with this cake and get your way, then I don't want to talk. Fine, I'll see you at home. I can't win this. Sakusa sighed and sauntered out the door. I can't win either, Omi. Thursday, a day before their anniversary. The rest of Monday went by in a blur. Sakusa and Atsumu were still not speaking with each other yet. Well, it was mostly Atsumu doing all the icing out and Sakusa trying to get a word in but failing miserably. Can you save some of the ice for me, huh? Since you seem to be icing me out. Is that supposed to be a joke? It was an attempt that failed. Maybe it'd work if you tried being funny. Noted. Can we please talk? Are you willing to change your mind? Sigh emoji. I'm tired of talking if nothing changes. Omi. SpongeBob's piss has gone offline. Sigh. How am I supposed to feel sad when SpongeBob's piss is staring right at me? Atsumu, a matcha frap with whipped cream on it. Atsumu prepared the drink and set it on the counter. One matcha frap for Kagura. He tugged at his shirt and exhaled. Today's been such a busy day, huh? Yeah, no kidding. I'm glad our shift is almost over. So where's your fangirl? Which one? Atsumu smirked, earning an eye roll from his twin. Cocky bastard. I meant the girl who's always hanging around here. Aiko? Yeah, not sure. Also, she's not a fangirl. Osamu scoffed. That's your problem, you're so painfully clueless. Shut up, I'm not shithead. You'd have to be stupid to not see the way she acts around you, pisshead. But I guess stupid aligns with your brand. Whatever, you're delusional, she's just friendly. Right, friendly. What? One chai latte please? The twins looked up and there she stood, a grin on her face and a slightly heavy-handed crimson dusted across her cheeks, though it seemed to be on purpose. Well, speak of the devil. Huh? Samu, quit yapping and get to working, will ya? Sure, I'll give you your privacy. Atsumu shook his head and grabbed the blender, preparing the requested drink. What was he talking about? No, it's nothing, he's just stupid. Alright, anyways, did you notice I said chai latte? I did. Finally, it's about time. Aiko giggled and Atsumu handed over the drink. Delicious as ever. Thank you. She doesn't seem flirty. Atsumu went on back and grabbed a filled blender jar and carefully mixed some ingredients into it. Ooh, what you got there? Just a new drink Elver been working on. Hey, do you want to try it and tell me what you think? Ooh, I'd love to. Atsumu handed her a glass with a flourish. Here it is, I call it the Summer Breeze Frap. Aiko took a sip, her eyes lighting up with delight. This is amazing. Atsumu, are you kidding? You've got to put this on the menu. Really? You think it's that good? Are you kidding? How are you so amazing? See, she isn't flirty, she's just nice. Suck on it, Samu. Well, if it ever gets put on the menu, you will be the first to try it. Atsumu smiled at her and she gleamed, smiling ear to ear. Really? Pinky promise? Aiko sticked out her pinky finger and Atsumu blinked before circling his pinky finger with hers. Yeah, Sumu. Sakusa saw the two of them together, her pinky still holding his. Atsumu gasped, lightly surprised, and immediately recoiled, putting his hands on either side. Omi, you've got to stop scaring me like that. 2 days in a row? Sakusa's expression tightened, but he tried to keep his composure. You forgot to take your lunch. Sakusa placed a bag on the counter. Oh, thank you. Did I come at a wrong time? Aiko stared at him, her lips in a tight line and eyebrows knitted together. No, we were just talking about this new drink I made. Ah, that's what it was. Aiko noticed the tension and decided to excuse herself. I should get going, it's time for my piano lesson. Thanks for the drink, Atsumu. I'll be sure not to miss out on yet another delicious drink. Aiko winked playfully. Sure, of course. Atsumu watched her leave, then turned to Sakusa, his heart beating out of his chest. It's that girl again, you two seem friendly. What are you implying? Nothing, just an absolutely useless observation. Sure. Well, thank you for bringing this for me. It's almost time for my break if that's all. Sumu, when are we going to stop fighting? This is getting real tiring. Imagine how tired I must be then. But it's not even that big of a deal. I don't understand why you're acting like this. It may not be a big deal to you, Omi, but it is to me. I don't appreciate you dismissing my feelings. You're also dismissing mine. Why can't you understand that I just don't want to go there? Because you don't want to go to any place I suggest. And I keep missing out on places I want to visit because you always find excuses. I never said you couldn't visit them. Why can't you go on your own? You want me to spend our anniversary alone at the resort? No, of course not. I just meant any other day. You know what's sad, Omi? What? If I'll ask you what you'd prefer to do, you'd want to stay at home just like we always do, watch something you want to watch and go to bed. And when I complain about us not going out and doing things, the blame would eventually fall on me for not saying anything before, even though I knew you'd shut it down. Just like you are right now. The tension in the air was palpable. Sakusa hadn't known what to say. What Atsumu was saying felt right. Maybe it even was right, but he didn't know what to say. I really need to go now, bye Kayumi. Sumu. Before Sakusa could get a word in, Atsumu spun on his heel and left through the door behind him. Sakusa inhaled sharply. Seems like I've royally fucked up this time. One December night on our way home from practice, it rained heavily. I smiled. I loved the rain. I loved the smell of it. I loved how it brought out the inner child in me. I wanted to be drowned in raindrops. But Sakusa held my hand, his trembling against mine and his teeth chattered against the strong winds. We didn't have an umbrella, so I pulled him to the closest tree I could find and held him close to me. I watched as his tremble slowed down and he finally exhaled the breath he had been holding. He looked at me and cracked a smile against my chest. I would give the world to this man. That was all I could think of at that moment, and I think he was thinking the same because a shade of crimson painted his ears and his cheeks as he stared at me. He then told me he loved me and neither of us no longer felt cold. Yet I wanted this rain to end, because he was coming home with me and I loved that more than any rain. That evening, Atsumu's stomach churned, and it rained. The sky was crying with him. Tears streamed down his face like they were racing against the rain. He should keep walking, he thought. Their home was just a mile away, but the rain was giving him company. Is this even worth it anymore? Atsumu? Why is she here? Aiko? What are you doing here? I was coming back from my piano lesson. Look, you're getting soaked here, let's share an umbrella. Oh, thank you, wait, let me hold it. Atsumu held onto the umbrella for both of them as they walked. So your house is this way as well? Yeah, wait, you look like you've been crying. Is everything alright? It's nothing, just usual problems. Don't mean to pry, but is it because of the Omi character? Yeah, he's being difficult, but then again so am I. How so? I wanted to go to a hot spring resort with him, but he doesn't want to, and I feel like he's just invalidating my feelings because he never likes any ideas I suggest, but he won't suggest any ideas either. Why doesn't he want to? Because he feels uncomfortable. Well, I can see why. Isn't a hot spring resort a bit too intimate for two friends? Aiko, Omi is my boyfriend. Aiko stopped walking, so did he, following her. What? He's my boyfriend? I thought you knew? No, I didn't, though that explains his expressions at me. Aiko's eyebrows scrunched up in knots and her hands formed into fists on either side. Her expressions? And frankly, I feel cheated. Atsumu's eyes widened. What, why? You led me on. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's all you men can say. Always leading people on and acting innocent. Aiko, I'm so confused. How did I lead you on? You flirted with me. When? Look at you acting like you didn't know what you did. How cute. I don't know what. Aiko rested her fingers on her temples and kept shaking her head restlessly. I'm so stupid, dumb Aiko. How could I let myself get played like this again? All of this month's work was a waste. Aiko, please. Atsumu stammered in utter confusion and fear. Aiko grabbed a fistful of his shirt and pulled him down so they were eye to eye. What? I know you want me, don't deny it. Aiko closed her eyes and leaned an inches away his face, but was interrupted. At Atsumu? Atsumu pushed her away from him a bit harder than he'd intended to, and she stumbled backwards. Their eyes widened at the sight of Sakusa's eyes also widened, shock and hurt behind them. I'll never forgive you for this. Aiko snatched her umbrella from Atsumu's hand and ran away, tears pouring down her eyes. But Atsumu didn't care. He could only focus on the Sakusa whose vision had begun being clouded with tears. Omi, that's not. I just wanted to give you this. Sakusa shoved an umbrella against Atsumu's chest and sprinted, wiping his tears. Atsumu was dazed. He didn't want me to feel cold. Atsumu ran after him screaming and yelling his name, but the other didn't listen. Atsumu was thankful that he hadn't been locked out. He was thankful Sakusa hadn't locked himself in their bedroom either. But the sight of Sakusa on the couch completely drenched and sniffling, wiping his tears aggressively, wasn't any better. Omi, please let me explain. It wasn't what it looked like. I'm such a fool. No, you're not. Please let me explain. Sakusa continued sniffling, not saying anything. She just jumped on me acting all crazy, saying I played her. She wouldn't have accused you if you hadn't given her a reason to. No, I didn't. All I did was be friendly to her and she mistook that. I saw the way you laughed with her. I swear I would never cheat on you, Kiyumi, please believe me. Atsumu pleaded, his own vision starting to feel clouded. After a moment of silence, Sakusa spoke. I believe you. Thank fuck. But I know you don't want me anymore. What? Huh? You never laugh like that with me anymore. That's not true. The only thing we've been doing the last 2 days is fight. That's because that's all you like to do with me. Almost like you want an easy way to leave. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Like you want to leave me. Atsumu didn't say anything. He just rushed over to Sakusa and pulled him to his chest and wrapped his arms around the other tightly. Baby, you know I would never leave you. I love you. Far too much. That's why I've been fighting. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you fight with me if you love me? Because I don't know what to fight for anymore. I don't know if you even want me anymore. Sakusa pulled away from the other's chest, shocked. Why would you think that? It's almost like I don't matter to you, my feelings, my efforts, my love, like none of it matters to you. Of course they matter. It sure doesn't feel like that. Is this about the resort? No, it's more than that. It's always been your way or the highway and I just can't. I've spent the entire relationship compromising, but I'm tired. Omi, I'm so tired of feeling excited to do something with you only to find out that you'd rather sit and do nothing with me. It makes me think, does he even want this relationship anymore? Sakusa was too stunned to speak. He realized that they needed this talk much more than he thought. Sumu, yeah. Sakusa wiped the other's tears away and held Atsumu's cheek in his palm. I love you so much that it scares me. Today frightened me. Every day scares me because I'm afraid you'd leave me because I'm me. And thing is, you should. You absolutely should. I would never leave. But I don't want you to. I know you love the rain, but you'd give up dancing in it for me. I know you love peas, but you'd never make dishes with them because you know I hate them. You do too much for me, but I don't do anything for you. All because I'm me and you're you. And that has to change. I need to do better if I have the audacity to want you. Atsumu's chest heaved up and down, butterflies fluttering in his belly. All you have to do is trust me, Omi. You know I'd never let you down. Well, except for today, I guess. Atsumu looked down, embarrassed. Don't blame yourself. I'm sorry I put the blame on you instead of being there for you. It was shitty of me. Yet another reason why I don't deserve you, but you need to know that it wasn't your fault at all. Thanks, Omi, and it's okay. I know you were just hurt from what you saw and I don't blame you. It did look completely wrong. Yeah, but I really need to start trusting you more. I think it was my own insecurities getting in the way. It always is. You do too much for me and I take it for granted instead of giving back. That's not true. You even brought an umbrella for me today. That's nothing. It doesn't compare to how much more you deserve. I want to give you the world. Atsumu smiled and leaned against Sakusa's palm, nuzzling against it. Omi, yeah, kiss me. Sakusa gulped, feeling hesitant. He grabbed the other's face and leaned in, pressing his lips softly against Atsumu's, and they moved synchronously. Once they pulled away, Sakusa intertwined his fingers with Atsumu's. Fuck. Sakusa smiled tearfully. I'm so in love with you. Atsumu blushed furiously. I'm in love with you too, baby. I'm so sorry I put you through so much. It's okay. I did some thinking today and realized that I love you more than I thought. Like so much more. And because I love you so much. Sakusa got up. Omi, hang on. Sakusa went to their bedroom and came back holding a piece of paper in his hand. What's that? Read it. Atsumu grabbed the paper and scanned it, his eyes widening from every sentence. Omi, this is. I want to do this with you. I want to do everything with you, the good and the bad. Let's go to the resort, baby. I want to have fun with you. Atsumu wept happy tears this time and threw himself onto Sakusa, enveloping him into a tight hug. He pulled away a little and kissed all over the other's face, eliciting a couple of giggles from Sakusa. I take it you're happy? Happy? I'm so fucking ecstatic. Good. Sakusa grinned. You deserve to be. Omi, Mim? Atsumu leaned in close to his ear and whispered softly. Can you please step on me, like roach style? Sakusa's eyes widened, blushing ear to ear, heart beating way too loud for his comfort. At Atsumu. Atsumu laughed uncontrollably as Sakusa smacked his arm repeatedly with the couch pillow. I'm not kidding though. Atsumu smirked. Sakusa got up, red as a tomato. I'm going to bed, it's getting late. You're so cute, Omi. Atsumu continued laughing as the other stomped towards their bedroom in long strides. Shut up. But I know you like it, Omi. Friday, the morning of their anniversary. Atsumu got out of the bathroom excited for the resort. He averted his gaze to their bed, watching Sakusa sleep silently. He couldn't help but think about how beautiful Sakusa looked. He couldn't bear to wake him up. He went over to him and kissed his forehead lightly before discovering that the bottommost drawer on their nightstand had been partially open. That's strange, he's usually the one making sure everything is put together. Atsumu was about to close the drawer when he spotted a small black box hiding in the corner. His head tilted in confusion as he grabbed it out. What's this? He opened it and his breath hitched. It was almost like he forgot how to breathe. There was a shiny ring, presumably diamond, etched inside the box. He immediately shut it close and placed it back in the drawer, everything remaining untouched. He couldn't stop smiling. He couldn't stop trembling. He couldn't stop the unceasing palpitations his heart produced. Every bone on his body wanted to take Sakusa and kiss him right then and there. He wanted him so much he couldn't breathe. Sumu, you're up already? Yeah, good morning, Omi. It's always a good morning with you. Aw, SpongeBob's piss. Sakusa laughed loudly as Atsumu wrestled him on the bed, tickling him all over. Omi, you are the kind of love I would be willing to tear down this world for.